Welcome back, fellow groomers. Let's get started with today's episode. What is it? Well, we're gonna pack equipment together. If you have questions at the end, feel free to put them in the comments. I'll try to answer everyone's questions. And let's get into this and get started. I went by a salon. Well, I take that back. Here's how the story starts. I get an email. Hey, this is such and such. I need to get all my equipment sharpened. Now, I've been in that salon several times. I kind of know what's going on in that salon, and I know it's going to be a bag full of equipment. So I said, look, I'm out of town, but as soon as I get back, I will stop in if that'll work for you. Well, I didn't hear anything back. And I got back to town, and I had to make another run to replace a Dremel tool. I do replace a Dremel tool, so if a Dremel tool goes bad on you, feel free to holler at me and I'll get you a replacement out. Easy peasy here at Star Grooming Supply. I went by on my way out to deliver the Dremel tool. I stopped by and yes, please. I said, well, if you don't mind, I'll take the whole thing with me and I'll do a video on how to get your stuff out to a service center. So we service all sorts of equipment. So we're going to take a look-see here. Now, when I went in, everything was in open bins, I guess you might say. Carpeted bins, or not carpet, but material bins. So well protected. We ended up switching it to this, and this is all we had. So we're just going to slide this stuff over. And we're going to take all the shears out. Now we're going to go through the blades. Real simple. She kept telling me, oh, the blades are dirty. I'm like, I don't expect anything less, really, guys. I mean, honestly, it's, your guys' equipment is dirty. You use it, you put it away, and you're sending it to the sharpener to get it taken care of. That's what it's about, right? That's right. So, what we're going to do is grab our sheet. Now, if you're worried about shipping your stuff in, I just want you to know it is so simple. Anyone in the shop can take care of this task for you. Easy peasy is what we try to make it. I've been mailing in for over 20 years. Never an issue, never a problem. I always get repeatable sharpening. That meaning I'm not, hoping some guy walks in my door and he's sharpening my area that day. Sometimes that works out, sometimes it doesn't. Once you've been in the industry long enough, you get sick of doing that. My shears are horrible now. They're all ruined and having to buy several pairs of shears. So you protect yourself by sending them to a sharpener that, well, does your stuff and does it right. And here at Star Grooming Supply, you always get to try us once for, well, free. If you buy a pair of Star shears, they all come with a free sharpening the first year. It's the Stay Sharp program. So if you drop them, they need adjustment. That's all included for you the first year. I know, amazing, right? 12 full months of dog knockoff protection, or for those traveling groomers or mobile groomers, your guys' stuff just gets beat to death. So it's very hard for mobiles and traveling groomers to really keep their stuff nice. I'm going to be working on some better cases for you guys to really protect your equipment better. Let's get into the packing and how you measure your shears so you know what the actual length is. How are shears measured, right? You order two different shears or two shears from the same company, and one has a long blade and one has a shorter blade, and they're both the same length, and you're scratching your head going, well, how do I measure shears? You're going to find out today. You'll find out a lot of information today. We're going to go through how to really pack your equipment correctly so it's safe for you. It gets to the sharpener safe. They're going to repack it the same way. And hopefully when I say that, I mean they're going to repack it the same way. So if you have packed your stuff incorrectly and it gets damaged on the way to the sharpener, well, the sharpener's never going to know, right? He's expecting damaged equipment to come through that doesn't work. So if your blades are a little off and stuff, he's going to fix all that. Now he packages it right back up the same way and ships it back to you, and it gets damaged coming back. So packing your equipment is the #1 important thing to do. The first time you do it is pretty much the last time, okay? Unless you add some equipment here, you change some stuff out, your packing kit's gonna pretty much be the same. So let's get started. Now, I'm running into a lot of shops. I'd love you guys to comment and let me know that really are not sharpening blades anymore. They just buy new blades. They're considering them basically disposable. And if that's the case, I'm just trying to figure out what all's going on with blades nowadays. But we are going to be sharpening all of these blades. There's a lot of blades, a lot of sizes. Okay. Our sharpening, what do you think this should be called? Sharpening paper?
I'm calling it our
sharpening
our service center order form.
Service center, that sounds so snazzy.
I know.
Service center order form. Is that written on here anywhere?
It's on the file name.
Oh, on file. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can we put it in fine print somewhere so I know what it's called always? Because I'm never going to remember all of that. Your Star Sharp Service Center.
Service center order form.
Service center order form.
Service center order form.
Service center order form. Okay, so your service center order form from Star Grooming Supply is real simple.
Make changes.
Not necessarily as simple as I would want if I was a shop owner. The way I kind of, started is I would always write down each blade number. The reality is we don't need that. You may want to know that so you know how many 10s, how many 30s, how many this, how many that. So if you get your order back and you're scratching your head thinking, maybe I didn't get back the right stuff, you've got something to go back to. But you do not have to do that for us. You can be a lazy groomer, okay? You can be lazy. So you're just going to take your blades and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 regular blades. I'm calling all these regular blades. I'm going to be 100% truthful. Not sure about these, but should be the same. That should be, it's all built into the guard, so this should all be regular blades. Do you remember how many I said?
13.
Lucky 13. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh. No, that couldn't be right. I counted wrong. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. So we're going to write 17 down here. And then there's 2 wide blades. I think these are both going to be considered wides. Okay, guys, so we've got our layout here. We've got our service center work order. We've got all our blades. We've got our shears, all our stuff ready to go. Now, what we're going to do is basically... what we're gonna do is count your regular blades. I already counted them for you. There is 17. And our wide blades, there are 2 wide blades. Now, that's gonna bring us into the shears. Should be a little more complicated. Now, I should show you, just before we move on, I do have, you see the difference? Yes. But these are still gonna be standard blades, your regular blades. So throw them all under that pile. Have you ever seen the difference between a wide and a regular? I know some people haven't. There you go. So the wides are gonna save you a ton of cut time. It may not look like it, but that, when I get a groomer into the wide blades, they never go back, ever. They are just ecstatically happy. They use them on small dogs, big dogs, all dogs, and all the dogs. Okay, we're gonna move on to shears. Now there's 2 different pricing on shears. You're gonna have, and it's not on here, so we're gonna fix that for you guys. Gonna have the under 7-inch group and the over 7-inch group. And what you're gonna do for measuring, if you've never measured, we're gonna take our straights, put them out here, and I will show you how to measure those. Where did I go with that measuring tape? You measure from the tip to the pinky rest. So these are gonna be 8s. These are about 8 1/4. These are the Star Royal Purples, and then we consider that an 8-inch. Anything that's slightly over, we're gonna consider 8-inch, and anything that is slightly under is gonna be 7 1/2. It's whatever you're gonna kind of be closest to a standardized size. Now these straights are 6-inch. So you got the 6-inch straights, 1 6-inch, and then you got 1 7-inch. You can put a description, 7-inch purple. These are silver. Straights. You have your curves. Measure from the tip to the thumb rest, 6 1/2. And I think this set here is going to be 6-inch. Yep. 6-inch and 6 1/2. If I lay those side by side for you, you can kind of see the difference. Now that's going to be 2 curved 6-inch. So your description can be pretty easy. These are going to be chunkers, 7 1/2. And then in here, 6-inch chunkers. I have this new box for other equipment, and that's where this wall is going to go. She's not sure. There's several groomers there. She's just guessing it got dropped, but when I turn it on, you'll see. it's vibrating so hard that the actual seam is vibrating in your hand just horrendously. Now, I asked her some questions since I'm sending it in. So there's questions you want to answer to whoever's packing your stuff up. You want to tell them, hey, these are extremely loud and the vibration is crazy hard. I do know I asked. Yep, new 5-in-1 blade, so I'm going to make mention that it's a brand new blade after the noises started. So we're figuring it got dropped by one of the groomers. So wall, I'm just going to put possibly dropped. Very loud and vibraty. New 5-in-1 installed. Okay, that's pretty much it. Now we're to the pack up point. Oh, I know. Now on this form, you're gonna put your information on here before you put it in the box. And then you're gonna either make a photocopy of it or take a picture of it with your phone. And then you're gonna fold this up and this is gonna go with your order. Okay. And that photo that you're gonna take, you're gonna send us a copy of that photo. I just don't know where we're putting all that yet. Okay, now this is some special stuff I bought. Bubble wrap, original cushion. And what we're gonna do, I'll show you the easiest way I have found to do this with stuff you normally have at home. Just grab yourself a roll of the bubble wrap. What I'm gonna do is pull this off and try to reuse it, I think it's gonna work. No, I do, I really do. I do, watch this. Look at that. Now we're gonna stick it over here somewhere. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so grab your bubble wrap. You're like, what am I gonna cut it with? Don't forget you got shears right here. Scoot that over there.
Bubble wrap with grooming shears, or at this point it doesn't matter because they're being sharpened.
You're sending them to the sharpener. I mean, the reality is, yes.
But it made my screen crawl when you said
Did it? Now my wife would hemorrhage, yes, my ex. But look.
But I mean, if they're going to be sharpened anyway, I don't see what,
Yes, it's not going to hurt anything to take one of the pairs and use them to do a little bit of this. They are going to the sharpener. Someone's going to cringe. It's bubble wrap. And if you noticed, I just did the push-through method. I didn't even have to cut it. So I don't know. I'm not sure why she's thinking they're dull. Jetty, where are you hiding, boo-boo? Right there.
in the corner on her blankie.
Yeah, the tips. No. Oh, no. Got it. Okay. Right through here. About that much is what's not cutting. super sharp, just right there. Not sure, but you can see they, I mean, their equipment just lives in a box. It doesn't live anywhere special. I don't like to stack too many. So if we're gonna make a new kit, let's just go ahead and do it right. So we've got enough bubble wrap to do it. You want it to come back in good condition. So we're just gonna take strips. The next part is probably the easiest. I do not tape every single individual one because, well, you're going to drive your sharpener nuts on wrapping them at the other end, and then you're going to drive yourself nuts on wrapping them at your end. So I'm hoping this is not going to be too wasteful and that we're going to run into a major issue and be using way too much of this. Kind of think we are. I think what I'm going to do is cut it there. So we're going to have that flap. It's really not a lot of protection for shipping. Yeah, we're going to stay with the Willy method. Now the first time takes a while, but once you get all of these cut, you're good to go. And you just, you know, when you get new stuff, you'll add a couple. Now some people do have the boxes that their blades fit in. It's called a blade shipping box. I like those. If you want to pick some of those up, those are great. But as you know, have a lot of blades, that's a lot of packing space, but it saves on your time. You just drop them in the box, keep a couple of boxes. I might start looking into getting those and carrying them with me. Yep. To a little heavier bag, the freezer bag and a quart. Then I can seal that. Okay, if you can get your bag to seal, you're all good. Bag is not sealing at all. Come on, bag. Come on. Well. Take the shears back out. Okay. I think these both just came open. Yep. So what can you do if that happens? Here's what you're gonna do. Grab your bubble wrap. Also gonna add some protection. Okay. Cut her off. Ooh. Your ends up there. Okay. We're gonna have a clipper. Now the clipper, if we want, got these pouches. You could just double it in a pouch if you wanted to. Okay. Now, I've got one pair of shears left, and then we're going to double wrap. And this is a bigger pair of shears. This is the biggest pair. Might have too much, but we'll roll it up and see where we end up. Make sure there's enough protection for your shears and your sharpener at the other end. Make sure the tips are covered. Okay. We've got some short shears. And the other thing, by packing individually, you know how many you have. 1, 2, 3. I think I'm going to do those 3 short shears together because they're going to fit in there very nicely. Okay. Oh yeah, nope, I have no shears now. Right there. Okay. If we can fit these right here. I don't know how much excess. We're going to pack these in a little tighter. And I'm flipping the ends, so tip and handles in different places. And adjust that for your box. Perfect. You do want to keep it packed as tightly as possible. So on this other side, even though it's already bubble wrapped, I just need to take up that additional space somehow. You don't want it banging around in here. Sandwich is better than banging. And guys, that's your package ready to go. We're just gonna add our slip, our mailing label to Star Sharp. Get to the website real quick. Use that little scanner there. That'll get you there. Pop you right on in. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me, guys. Have an amazing day. Groom on.